Welcome back to the podcast. Roll the intro.
Yeah, they call me a savage. How I'm putting in work. I hustle and grind, I put in the time, get what I deserve. Savage.
Had to turn the volume up then, bro.
Yeah, a bit rusty. I think I was trying to dust the podcaster and put the volume down. But episode 24, I think. We're going to do a little bit of a Origin recap.
Yep.
It was last Wednesday, so it's a bit late, but it was a cool little game, eh, bro?
It was, bro. Like, I enjoyed watching that, man. That was a fucking good game. And I think the standard of football is very high. I think everyone that went in the crowd, everyone that watched the game, they all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and it was probably the most excited I've ever been after a State of Origin game. To watch how it finished, to be on the edge of your seat the whole time, it was fucking good. I enjoyed it.
And the intensity, was just like cranking.
Non-stop.
Everyone's so fit these days. Don't you reckon?
Bro, it was like watching a touch football game with tackle.
And those debutants that were from Queensland, like carved up, super fit, high work rate.
Bro, that Cotter's a freak.
Yeah.
That Carrigan that came on, he actually, I reckon he changed the momentum for Queensland. You know, I think momentum meaning like it was an arm wrestle, but he just like got the arm wrestle fucking.
But a sting, and those hits that he was putting on.
Fucking, like Wyden was playing and running hard and he was like he put his foot down, bro, and the Carrigan is going fuck up, bang, and man.
Yeah, when you whack the hardest hitter on the other team,
everyone's just like, whoa.
And then it like lifts everyone else on your team.
You know what's cool too, bro? Like that Carrigan's got a really cool personality, man. Like I've watched some of his interviews. He's
after game interviews are pretty. Yeah,
he's well spoken.
Mellow
Like he's not like a fucking. He's not a dick. On the field, bro. He plays like a fuck. Oh man, it was nice.
Everyone stepped up, from 5-10 years ago when we were around.
It has to.
Yeah, I think just that professionalism from. I even was going back to Penrith, how like To'o, Luai, how they came through from like Harold Matts, SG Ball.
Yeah,
and I think the right systems were in place from that age. And it's just carried through to like they're all playing State of Origin together now. So, and
you can tell like the way that even those combinations that they have within their teams, like the Cleary and the Luai, it comes into the State of Origin too, and it's working, bro. It's working for them because when you have those combinations all around the field, I think it makes it for a better game because like they just know how to play together. And then going into the big arena just fucking makes it look even better. A
little bit of cockiness behind them. But it's good.
I love that
when
shit.
You can back it up, like you win a premiership and all those things with Penrith and you have that success, it's a little cockiness is all right.
Always good, bro. But you need to have that confidence in those games. It's a big game, bro. And like there's lots of, it's your state. It's on the line here. And I feel like that self-esteem and confidence is like a good way to stamp your authority, especially on that field.
Yeah.
What's highlights for you, bro?
So I had Valentine Holmes, just that little cleanup out the back where he stopped. I pretty much thought he stopped the try when he covered across. I like those little plays. He didn't have to be there, but he was. He covered from the other side of the field. I think those like little plays like make so much difference, and it's definitely in a big Origin game like that as well.
There was a couple of good tackles that he made too. He came up like your fucking up and ins, bro. He read the line and he just made a decision, and like you expect that from that caliber of footy player. And you could tell that if he didn't stop that, something would have happened on the back of that. So, and I also thought the other winger, fucking Selwyn Cobb, played really good too. Fuck, he's a good player. He's good to watch.
They went after him a little bit at the start too, like to rough him up.
But like he just held his own, and that's another thing, bro. Like even all those debutants, they stepped up to the game.
Big rangy too,
bro, and they're young. Like fuck, bro.
So much more maturity than we were 18 or 19. Eh?
Fucking oath, bro.
Far out.
Bro, I'd like to mention like I think watching the game for Blues and how they started, it was very different. Hearing the commentators and they were saying, the wingers are taking a lot of the runs to start off with. But my theory is, like, this is my opinion. I think it's good in Origin because it frees up the middle to be able to defend, because you want to be able to hold on to dear life at the start of that game because the fucking tempo is high, but they hold that tempo for the whole game. And the fact that the wingers were coming in for the Blues and taking that first 3 runs, you could see like every fucking set of 6, bro, when they were coming out of their own half, To'o, Tupou, one of the centres. I thought Katoni Staggs didn't get the ball enough, but at the same time, bro, he was, new to the game. Wyden came in and just held his own. But yeah, that was really nice to watch. Only because I've been in a system that was like that. When I was at Roosters, that was our game plan. When they would kick down to us, the middles would stay back and rest. And that first 3 were always taken by winger and centre.
I believe in that system too.
It works,
and then
bro.
I think New South Wales did it last year super well. Travojevic, Latrell, first sending first and second, like they're nearly forwards in themselves.
They are, bro. And they get a quick play the ball. It's all about timing, If you can get a quick play the ball and then you got Cookie or someone like that out of fucking dummy half, bro, you're just gonna make yards. And a guy like Cookie brings the advantage line with him. You would take 2 or 3 steps out of it when the markers are sort of just getting back, and he just gets them into a momentum.
I've always liked big outside backs in Origin. Remember when New South Wales had Gaznia, Matt Cooper, Eric Growth, huge. They could bring it back with a bit of
Fucking
sting.
big scary white dogs.
Yeah, bring it back with a bit of sting, and then they're denting the line out of yardage, which is like helps the forwards.
They're strong. That was a good point that you made at the cafe, bro. Big guys that are fast, that can hold their weight or use their weight.
Yeah, so that Inglis, Latrell, and
Dangerous.
the Suali as well.
Perfect
A few
example.
good highlights.
Bro, that tackle that he made on Jerome, fuck. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
With the cover tackle? Fuck, bro. To be able to move like that at the size that he is and to latch on like a fucking anaconda.
Yeah, 105, 110, but with speed. I could get to 110, but I would be slow and
As
sluggish.
fuck. Yeah.
They can still hold that speed, strength,
The whole
skill
thing,
level.
The whole way. And he's switched on, which is fucking even more deadly.
Even like Hainsey when he was out the back.
Yeah,
bro. If you're coming out the back and the guy's has to come in on you and he has to make a decision. If he gets 1-on-1, he'll probably roll through you.
Yeah, bro.
And then he also had, that's why he was so good, 3-on-2, he would always hit the right option 9 times out of 10. So that's why those big, fast players are super dangerous, and I reckon they're worth their weight in gold as well. I got Munster here too, another level.
I told you from the start, bro. I was like, watch this motherfucker, bro. Watch him. Did you see the first fucking 4 sets, bro? He touched the ball almost every fucking run. Just so I don't know whether it was premeditated, but yeah, you could tell he wanted to get involved. And then at the end of the game, he won the game for them, bro. Easily.
Yeah, he's so out of position and doesn't play like a normal half, but he understands how the game is working. Like he's in the middle, he's covering across, but he knows that he's got enough to be able to cover back, which is good as well.
He does
has that confidence to do
yeah, bro.
Yeah, I think Andrew John said no one in the stadium's thinking strip except him.
Except him. Fuck, what a freak, bro. You have to think differently. You have to think differently to make decisions like that, bro. And under the heat of battle, I hated players like that, bro. I played against Munster when we were playing up in Redcliffe and Tigers.
Yeah.
And he did this. He was the same sort of player, but now that he's got better players around him, it's like his evolution is just fucking sky high.
And it's good to see that. He had that controversy at the back end of last year. Gave up the alcohol and whatever else, and then he's, killing it.
He's kicking ass.
To see and sort of shows everyone else another path.
Exactly.
He was probably didn't get the first contract out of Melbourne Storm as well.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're he's played so good that, he's changed his fortune to getting a new contract from other clubs and also Melbourne, which is good.
This goes to show how fast you can change the identity that people have of you too. Not that it fucking matters anyway, I believe, but everyone was looking at him like that, and then for him to get rid of all the naysays first, and then at the same time to be able to keep performing, and you go on the big stage like that, just goes to show that he's a high caliber human, both on and off the field.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see the non-alcohol drinking dropped it and then just started killing as well.
So important, bro.
Yeah.
The game is very revolved around alcohol.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, even like all the footy podcasts are like, I don't know, the beer brands or the alcohol brands want to jump on
Glorifying.
the back.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? There's nothing wrong with a casual beer, and it's just sort of that 10 beers
Yeah.
all the time, consistently, can't go without, which is sort of what we try and stay away from.
Yeah,
ourselves.
I think that's cool because, we do have that point of difference to that too, bro. I think there's always an alternative.
There's got to be something else out there than just pushing,
There has to be.
get a
bro.
popular podcast about footy and then get a beer brand deal because that's the ideal customer. We sort of know how that sort of works now
Yeah,
with
bro.
all the
100%.
social media and things out there that
100%.
are pushing brand and whatnot as well.
Yeah, it's like it's very.
I think we can be that other voice. Of
We
like,
can.
"Hey, don't need
I
it."
believe in that shit,
Yeah.
bro. You know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong, like, that was a part of my life at a certain time in my life, but I know I feel better. I told you this morning, this is the best, or the other day, this is the best I've ever felt in my whole life. And it comes down to a couple main things, and one of them is removing alcohol from my life. I can still, alcohol has now become a choice, and I feel like glorifying it sort of makes it.
It's a whole brand and culture behind it.
Well, that's
So
what I'm saying, bro.
why not? Let's just be the other side of it. Hey, you don't need it.
Come this way. We won't guarantee you that you'll fucking be the whatever you want to be, but at the same time, like you're gonna get closer.
Yeah.
There's more chance of you feeling like how we feel if you do this. And I think that's a really cool point for the young guys, man, because social media has a fucking good way of like pushing shit in front of your face all the time. And whether or not, you want to choose this way or that way, it's entirely up to you. It's your choice.
Yeah, definitely. And all the branding's very enticing to, go down that route. And then maybe it's not the right thing for you at that time. We're not saying like there's nothing wrong with a beer or that, but if it's making your life a bit worse for wear, then maybe you should just think there's other things out there that are better and funner to do than, just get smashed on the weekend all the time.
I had a conversation with this young lad. I think he was at Dragons, and he like messaged me. He's obviously said, I need a program, yada yada yada. I think they just like they're not aware until they see it. No, I'm talking about alcohol here. He goes, fuck. I did my knee 2 years ago. I did my fucking ankle last year. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, let's like reassess and see what's going on. And then you ask him a couple of questions and you keep diving into like the questions. Then I'm like, well, sounds like you had all your shit on the week done right. What were you doing on the weekends? And then he just said it. Oh, mate, I was fucking getting on a piss.
Yeah.
Goes to show you, right? Like, if you can just knuckle in or even let it become a fucking choice, not just something that you do with your mates on the weekend. I think you'll find that you'll get a bit more freedom out of whatever you want, especially when it comes to your body.
But we also know that if we were talking to ourselves, we'd probably say, yeah, shut up.
Shut the
Cheer up,
fuck up.
As well, so we always have that in the back of our mind
Yeah,
as well.
100%.
But that's sort of a good segue into like that social media, even with the training stuff that we wanted to, social media being like that highlight reel of everyone's training and even mine, like I admit to it, like I just post the good shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then some people, think that that's what's always the standard. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of good, but there's also a lot of bad that shows a bit of fakeness within the social media realm of, okay, if you do this type of training, then this is the result you get.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that result is too far ahead and it's either propped up by drugs or, different type of training or coaching.
The old roids, eh?
Yeah, that's not attainable to, most, if you're a teenager and you just go on YouTube and say, blah, 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 you follow all these influencers that are doing YouTube and they got all these supplements like protein and whatnot, but really they're doing the roids to...
The old jab.
I didn't even know. I spoke to a mate about like roid use, etc. I didn't know it was so cheap and accessible for most people. And then, because I always thought it was like, I don't know, $500 a week maybe. So I'd put it out of that.
Yeah.
He was saying like $60 for 2 weeks worth. And I was going,
What the fuck?
bro, really? And then he just told me these are the things, and you got to do it properly, which is not much people do. They just go straight on it, too high a dose.
Now everything that we push is all natural, which is why I think a point like this is very big, especially for those teenagers who are watching all these motherfuckers on Instagram.
Yeah, because I have a few mates that have teenage sons now, and they're asking me about this and that, and I can tell that their teenage boys have been watching YouTube and the type of training information they're getting, and these guys that they're watching are on the juice.
Yep.
But the guys on the YouTube are not telling, ain't being honest with what they're taking. They're saying they're just doing this amount of training with this amount of supplements, protein, creatine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're not seeing the jab behind the closed doors.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're selling a program and they're giving out information that's not exactly true. So I think there's a bit of a warning, because then that kid's going to go away, train as hard, do all this protein and creatine and supplements. It's not going to look like these guys, and they're going to go, what? Some are genetic freaks as well and all that. Like, a lot of things come into play. I don't know. It's just a lot of fakeness that is out there, especially when you have teenagers. They're just getting into training and they're looking up to these guys on YouTube with huge followings,
That's a good point.
Sponsorship deals, clothing labels, supplement deals, and peddling a fucking bunch of bullshit, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
how good. I love that shit. And the side effects from it too, bro. Like, you're not seeing what could happen.
Yeah, my mate just was telling the side effects, and they don't push that either. I know there's some guys that speak about what they're taking. Heard a lot of horror stories.
What was the worst one?
Just your nuts shriveling up.
Oh, little nuts, eh?
Yeah, fucking all that type of stuff. Or depending on what you take, I think the two main ones were the testosterone and Tren. I think Test is the muscle building strength one, and Tren was the cutting ripped one. I just always felt with that stuff, once you go off it, it all goes away.
It does.
Yeah.
100%. Anyway. But
yeah,
that's...
my mate said he could do bench press every day, 5 sets of 5, super heavy. That's how good he felt. I was like, fuck. If I took that up, I'd be benching 250. Like, no, I don't want to take that.
Slow down.
Yeah, because as soon as you go off, then it goes away. And
Yeah.
you see like all the guys that are, actually, a few people died and all that, like, who just are life takers,
Yeah.
etc. So, I don't know. Do some mobility instead of
It could fucking heal your shit.
fuck getting the big fucking muscles, like, especially our age. Like,
I don't see any point in it. Like, I enjoyed the sessions that we do, bro. But when I'm away from you and I'm doing my own stuff, it's just borderline cruisy. I just want to feel good.
in your 30s, longevity, I think, is the play.
It's the
Be able to move well,
It's
full
the
range of motion.
Yep.
You don't want to be aching
Pain-free.
pain in your 30s, 40s.
pain free,
Then
bro.
you're going into your 60s and 70s.
Like you listen to clients now and they're saying, "Fuck, man," and then you watch what they do on social, and you're like, "Bro, that's why you're fucking sore,
Yeah.
you ninny." Like, they're throwing barbells around, and like, don't get me wrong, I fucking enjoyed training like that too. I
Yeah.
loved CrossFit. I loved fucking F45. It was cool because it was a nice vibe, but at the expense of your own health.
Yeah, there's a fucking,
A line that you
point
have
of reason, that you don't want to cross either.
And like, why wouldn't you want to like just dive over here for a bit, feel really good, get what you can out of it, hit all the standards, and then fuck off back at to your and actually like really enjoy it. Be able to hit fucking full depth in squats, be able to do a push up properly and a pull up properly, and stop being in fucking pain when you come home. People have these endorphins going from them, like, oh my God, I'm so amazing. And then they go home and then they're sore. They're sitting on the fucking couch eating a pack of chips. I'm going in here. So that's my point, bro. That's where I come from.
Yeah, and they're still in pretty bad shape. Yeah, there's a lot of people that train 10 times harder than me and still smoke them just with a bit of smarter training and eating and programming.
Yeah, that's all it is, bro. Just a bit of smarts, looking after the body a bit more, and, understanding that sometimes you have to take a couple steps backwards, get the foundational stuff done, and then you can go and enjoy yourself. That's what I think anyway. I'm not saying our shit's like the greatest in the world, but it fucking works.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Then people are just smashing their head up against the wall, constantly exercising as hard as they can. They get injured, they go backwards 3 steps, and then they just jump back on board, smash their head back into the wall, and get injured.
Tell them,
rinse,
school these.
repeat.
Yes,
that
100%, bro.
process. And we're just saying, hey, why don't we just pull off the accelerator a little bit, work on a few things,
Yep.
and then go hard again.
Then go hard again.
Because your body's telling you something.
It's telling you to fucking slow down.
Yeah.
Can't
And
go
that's a lot of
fucking.
it.
You can't go 100 miles per hour all the time. And that brings me another point to 75 hard, bro. I think that's why a lot of people fail too, because they go too hard on it. Yeah, I think the outdoor fucking workout needs to be 1,000 burpees, and then the indoor workout needs to be fucking 20 million back squats or some shit. But
Only David Goggins can do that.
only David Goggins, and you're not David Goggins.
You're not David Goggins.
Yeah, so I think they're like
David Joggins. User David Joggins.
David Loggins.
You don't have to be David Goggins.
Yeah, bro. It was that's been the coolest thing for me. Of learning of all this stuff, realizing how much I didn't really have to do. You know, I can walk every day. You know, even the last couple of weeks, bro, because of the elbow, I haven't done fucking jack shit. I've literally just been doing the lightest amount of mobility and a bit of strength work with you sometimes. I feel good.
Yeah, a good probably routine. You could do 15 minutes mobility, 15 minutes strength, 15 minutes cardio.
Yeah, mad.
Whoa, you could get so much out of that too.
Get out heaps out of
Be
it, bro.
super efficient as well.
Yeah.
Super efficient, that type of training. Good. We done for the day?
And if
or
you don't know
got
how to
another
break that shit up, just put them in 5-minute blocks.
100%.
That's it.
That's what I've done with the classes at Maryland.
It works
mad,
bad, bro.
Works mad. Done?
Yeah,
That's 24 minutes.
we on.
We're on. Stop.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, they call me a savage. Now I'm putting in work. I hustle and grind, I put in the time, get what I deserve. Savage.